What a game it was. Now listen, the conversation this morning is strictly around the Chiefs and the refs. Mm-hmm. That's all it's going to be.
Again?
Josh Allen got the first down. Josh Allen got the first down.
Oh, no.
I would like to say that immediately upon seeing it, I thought Josh Allen got the first down. Yeah. But then whenever the ref here on the near side, and I think it's very interesting because you see the far ref line judge and then the near ref line judge, they come in at two different angles. Okay, they're seeing two different things. Now, people are saying the far judge is the one that's going to see the ball. I don't think he can see anything because there's two people standing right in front of his face. Normally very difficult for these judges that are on the sideline to see anything, especially whenever it's a massive scrum. I personally believe Josh Allen got the first down. I also believe Dalton Kincaid on the play before got the first down. But whenever they call it on the field, not first down, then they go to review, and it's that much of a cluster, I think it was going to be tough to overturn. But boy, people did not care about that. This was the refs in the fourth quarter, whenever the Kansas City Chiefs were down, making a decision for the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, could that easily have been called a first down and after review stayed with it? Yes. Now, after review, are they going to overturn anything at this? Probably not, is how it normally goes. The fact it worked out for the Chiefs, yet again, people say, how many coincidences we got to see before we start thinking this is a conspiracy? I even got people that are pretty high up in the world.
Okay.
High up in the world saying this is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. I don't want to hear a single thing tomorrow on your show about that not being a first down. You better say the truth. You better stick up for what's real and what is a problem. The refs are working alongside Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift to get the Chiefs into the Super Bowl. I think that whatever was called on the field is going to get called in the review no matter what. Can you argue that Dalton got it? Yes. Can you argue that Josh got it? Yes. But to say they even went to a review and then they returned it, normally this type of thing is going to remain call on the field. That ref up there, though, pretty pigeon-toed.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know if I've ever seen, and maybe, I assume he's been doing this all year and we just haven't noticed. He had some sweet high-top J's on, too, with the white backs there. I appreciate that. But his right foot, you know, he's got one of these. Yep. He's got one of these. I mean, he's coming in that bitch sideways.
Parallel.
Like that, you know. And normally you're spotting the ball with your foot. So I think we should talk about that. I think we should talk about that maybe for future. Maybe put him in a different spot.
Sure.
Because like when you're coming, I don't know.
Can't be making it
that's
right.
That's going to be tough for me. And then the catch, obviously, Xavier Worthy, whenever he goes up and snags that thing out of Bishop's hand and it hits the ground and they call it a catch, tie goes to the runner, always has. In football, tie goes to the receiver as opposed to the defender. I think he had full possession of it. And when it hit the ground, you could obviously call it incomplete. And it could, obviously, it's a massive play in the game, and it's the Chiefs yet again. But it doesn't move when it hits the ground. Seems to be pretty sturdy. It's like, it's amazing all these things happen, and the Chiefs end up on the benefiting side of it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the Chiefs don't care. Chiefs just won another AFC championship. And 5 times, I believe now, Patrick Mahomes is going to the Super Bowl in his 7 years as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He is bananas. I hate the fact that the refs are always the conversation. Travis Kelce lead blocking for him here in the fourth to take the lead, obviously cinema. You know, like Travis Kelce, all-time leading receiver, the worst spike in the history of football potentially there by Patrick Mahomes, let alone AFC championship games and everything like that. But like the conversation just being about the refs full time, I think is obviously something that's going to continue to happen for as long as they continue to win, especially with the calls that are taking place. But what we're witnessing here out of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, in this Kansas City Chiefs team is awesome. It's a spectacle. Their special teams even showed up this week. Coach Tobe, the special teams coordinator, Hall of Famer. Coach Spags, defense coordinator, Hall of Famer. Andy Reid, anytime he's coaching or calling plays, he's a Hall of Famer. He's going to be great. So I think there's a lack of respect for the greatness because everybody just wants to pin it on something. But if you've been great for this long and you get some calls that go your way, people are going to hate it. We saw it with the Patriots. We're seeing it with the Chiefs. But all this team does is win, which is why I say the Chiefs is still the Chiefs. Yep. Now, if you want to believe that the Chiefs is only the Chiefs because of the refs, go ahead and believe it. Then you should bet on them in the Super Bowl.
For sure.
If you think that's going to be the case. Let's utilize it. If you think it's a conspiracy for them to win, go ahead and utilize it for your own personal gain if you can. But I think what Patrick Mahomes is able to do, what this Chiefs team is able to do, is win games. Josh Allen, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Tough.
Job well done.
Tough to lose yet again. Hair sweet.
Great flow right now.
He's got great hang time coming out of the back. I respect it. But he puts on another great performance. I think he has like 9 touchdowns, no turnovers, 4 sacks taken in all the games, in the playoff games against, the Kansas City Chiefs. Like, he plays through the roof, continues to lose to him. Let's talk about the Chiefs. Big story is Josh Allen got the first down. Big story is that ball hit the ground. Big story is, yet again, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, that's terrible. I mean, that was... I don't know how that happened. Honestly, I don't know how that happens with Patrick Mahomes. That's the first real slip-up I've ever seen from Patrick Mahomes where I go, what's wrong with this guy? Is everything okay? He would end up doing just fine later after this. But that's the conversation. I think people want to diminish what the Chiefs are strictly because there are some certain situations where it's like, but this team's great, at all levels, on all phases.
I mean, it's crazy to think like they have that mystique, that aura about them. It's very similar to what the Patriots had for a while, where teams, I'm not saying teams are intimidated or anything, but when you watch the Chiefs play, you expect them to win the game. Almost like no matter what the score is in the fourth quarter, whatever it is, if there's any kind of possibility, you're like, okay, Patrick Mahomes and this team is going to figure it out. And beautiful, beautiful call by Spags at the end with the blitz, taking him, kind of catching him off guard a little bit. Josh Allen does an unbelievable job to try to make something of it. Yeah, this would have been a tough catch, I agree. But, man, what a beautiful call by Spags. And this defense, another underrated part of the team. But I think we've talked about it more. Spags gets a lot of pub, but I think they have a bunch of, like, individual superstars on this defense, but they play so well together.
Yeah, bring a corner blitz on fourth down to win the game. And obviously, you can draw that up in a meeting. You could say this is what we're going to do in the situation. Kincaid knows he has to catch that. The fact that Josh Allen found him in that moment, insane. But Spags isn't scared. And what Spags has done as a DC is historic. First ballot Hall of Fame stuff, obviously. He's won, 4 Super Bowls, 1 with New York Giants, 3 with Kansas City Chiefs. That's more than any coordinator in history. I saw somebody tweet, the fact that they've just let Spags remain with the Chiefs and not become a head coach somewhere is even more inside information that the NFL wants this Chiefs team to be the next dynasty. Because there's some people out there in the coaching world that think the NFL basically says, like, this is a head coach now. Behind the scenes, there's a list, people say. There's a list that is made. Like, hey, this is the list of people you can hire from.
Can we see it?
I've never seen it, but you've heard people that don't get jobs say, well, I'm not on the list. And it's like, well, what's the list? Well, the NFL makes a list of head coaching candidates, GM candidates. You got to be on the list. That's where the teams go to. It's like, I've never seen it, but you definitely heard of it before. And people are saying, has Spags not been on it? Why is Spags not on that list?
Good question.
Why is Spags not getting any interviews? This guy just wins Super Bowls. That's all he does. When everybody's talking about the offense on his team, all he has is a defense that's able to stop Josh Allen seemingly every single time Josh Allen needs to make a play. How come Spags isn't a head coach? How come everybody's saying Aaron Glenn is definitely going to get a head coaching job? How come nobody's saying Spags is definitely going to get a head coaching job? That is a good question. Is it because Spags is just cool with not doing it all? Spags is okay with just being a DC, just being a defense coordinator for the best team in football at the time. I don't know. I legitimately don't know.